There's some big allegation news, ladies and gentlemen, involving one of the stars of the widely known Canadian television series Trailer Park Boys. It is a staple within our culture. I think anyone that mentions, Trailer Park Boys, Bubbles, Ricky, Julian, you know what I'm talking about. Even if you never watched the show, I think people are well aware of that brand, that iconic, style, TV series and what it's branched off to. And this is involving one of the stars of the show, Mike Smith, who plays Bubbles on the show, charged with sexual assaults. This is from Exclaim magazine. And it says, in light of the allegations, Smith has stepped away from his role at Trailer Park Boys Incorporated, which is kind of a funny sounding name when you think of it. Trailer Park Boys Incorporated. That's like white trash socialite. Like a misdirect there. But anyway, goes to say Mike Smith, the actor best known for playing Bubbles, on the Trailer Park Boys, has been charged with sexual assault. As CBC reports, according to documents filed in Nova Scotia Provincial Court, Smith was charged last month in relation to an alleged assault in Dartmouth on December 30th, 2017. In light of the allegations, the actor stepped away from his role at Trailer Park Boys Incorporated, according to a statement from the company, with Gary Housam accusing manager-director responsibilities in Smith's place. We remain focused on delivering the long-awaited 13th season to our fans, they wrote, adding, out of respect for the legal process, we will not comment further on this case. Smith has been ordered to not communicate with the victim, whose name is under the protection of the publication ban. He's due to appear in Halifax court today. This is a couple days ago, so it would have been November 10th. So it would have been, a couple days ago, beginning of the week. The actor previously had a run-in with the law in 2016 when he was arrested in Los Angeles on a misdemeanor charges of domestic battery after an alleged incident at the Hollywood Hotel. Smith and the alleged victim released a joint statement denying the allegations and explaining that they were friends who had an argument. The charges were later dropped due to the lack of significant evidence. So there was a assault charge or an allegation to Mike Smith, who plays Bubbles on the show. He's in court this week. The beginning of this week, it was supposed to start trial of this. This is going back from 2017 in 2025. Here's what this True Crime Updates gives a bit of breakdown, gives more of an explanation. It says, Mike Smith, the actor who plays Bubbles on the hit show Trailer Park Boys, has been charged with sexual assault. The Canadian Broadcasting Corporation reports that Smith was charged in Halifax earlier this month in connection with an incident from 2017. A statement from Trailer Park Boys Incorporated confirmed they are aware of the allegation and that Smith has stepped away from his role as managing director of the company. Smith has been ordered not to communicate with the alleged victim and to stay away from their home, school, and workplace. This is not the first in with the law, as he was arrested in 2016 for allegedly pinning a woman against a wall, though those charges were dropped. He was allegedly in 2016 to pinning a woman against the wall. We didn't hear that from the other article. That's what they're saying. Again, all this is, not confirmed. We'll hear later out with this court and what the jurisdiction has to say about this, but this is pretty interesting. This is a highly, controversial actor, comedian, best known for Trailer Park Boys, but also for many other projects that he and others have done, and is kind of a cultural staple in this country. So having this, come out is going to be very staunching in, the entertainment industry of this country. Here's what CTV News, this is what the national news had to say about this. Let's take a look.
Sandy, Mike Smith was not in the courtroom this morning. His lawyer appeared on his behalf at the arraignment.
This is an allegation at this point. It hasn't been proven. It'll be tried in the court. It won't be tried in the media. And in the meantime, we ask that the privacy of everyone involved be respected.
The single count of alleged sexual assault dates back to December 30th, 2017 in Dartmouth. Smith was charged by Halifax police last month.
It is actually quite common for charges of sexual violence to come out later on into years following the alleged incident. That's not uncommon. We do see that regularly, and that's why there's no limitation for sexual violence.
In a statement, Trailer Park Boys Incorporated said they will not comment further on the case, and Smith has stepped away from his managing director role. The judge has ordered a publication ban on the female complainant's identity. The 53-year-old actor, known as Bubbles on the TV show, is ordered to have no contact with her. He could enter a plea at his next court date on December 3rd.
I can't say for certain what will happen at the next day. That'll depend on if disclosure has been complete and what him and his counsel have discussed. But it is set for election and plea at that time.
CTV News requested an interview with Halifax Regional Police, who said they will not be providing any interviews in relation to this investigation.
So that's what we know so far. Again, this is kind of just new information based on an allegation that happened in, late 2017. As I said, it's very common to have that time period where you don't hear about, a sexual assault claim until later years. Like we've seen how many times beforehand during Me Too and, individuals like Harvey Weinstein and even recently with the Diddy allegations and what that led to. So we'll see what happens. I can't really speculate on it because I don't know that much information. We'll try to keep on top of it as much as we can because, like I said, it touches on a cultural point in our country because of how iconic the Trailer Park Boy universe. I don't like to say universe. That's like a Marvel thing. Trailer Park Boy company and their projects, how very influential and entertaining and how, resonant it is with our society and, amplifying our entertainment and our culture and our arts and the icons that come out of, the Canadian entertainment industry through that. It's, we'll see what happens. If it does, if it is confirmed an allegation, we'll keep following on it, or maybe it's not. There's always that possibility that, because we've seen it both ways. We've seen that people, have confirmed that, the individual is abuser and assaulted someone, or it could be just false allegations trying to go after someone. We've seen both ends, so we'll see what happens, and we'll try to keep up with it. But that's as far as I know. And considering there was already another incident a year prior to that in Los Angeles, that seemed to be they claimed it was two friends having a fight. It was just an altercation, but you heard from that True Crimes update that it was a woman that was pushed against the wall. So that could be bad for his defense. If it's proven to be a woman that was pushed against the wall in 2016 with that misdemeanor charge in Los Angeles. That could be held against him in regards to this. But we'll wait and see. We'll see what happens. Everything's pretty much hush-hush about this. That's why you don't hear a lot about it. Trailer Park Boys Incorporated's not commenting on this. You just heard the RCM, the Halifax police is refusing to talk to the news. So, yeah, I guess we'll have to wait and see. We'll see what confirms, but that's very interesting. Very interesting. And I didn't expect Bubbles, honestly, of all people. Like, I'm just saying, out of all the people of Trailer Park Boys world, and the actors and whatnot. Really, I wouldn't expect the guy that plays Bubbles to be involved in something like that. But you know, you don't know people's personal lives. You don't know what happens behind the cameras and what behind closed doors. And obviously, you know, while Bubbles is a, you know, goofy character with, you know, the soda pop glasses, you know, when he's not playing that character, it's a totally different person. So, could very well be. We'll wait and see. Hey, here at Kitz Corner, we want to thank you, our viewers and our subscribers that tune into Kitz Corner for the latest dives in trending news, political conspiracies, and the craziest of stories. However, being in this business isn't an easy job. Because we're independent, we can dive into stories that the mainstream outlets are afraid to do so. But unfortunately, that doesn't give us the luxury of big advertising or government subsidies. That's why we reach out to you. You can support Kitz Corner and get some cool new threads in the process. Say what? That's right, check out our merch store, where we have a big selection of t-shirts, mugs, stickers, sweaters, bags, and more. All with interesting designs too, like this True North Strong and Free. So if you want to show off your support, go to our website at kitzcorner.net. That's kitzcorner.net. And click the store link at the top of the screen. Or you can scan the QR code provided on screen to get instant access to our merch store. Your support makes a huge difference at what we do here. So why not wear your support too? So go to kitzcorner.net or scan the QR code on your screen to get to our one-of-a-kind Kitz Corner merchandise store. Thank you, and on with the show.